Hey, what up? What up? You know what time it is, man. Every Saturday morning, get it. It's the best show in the country. The best sports talk radio show. Saturdays with Kramer and Ryan tap in. And they do it for the people. What up? 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 What up?
What up and good morning. Welcome into Saturdays with myself, Kramer, and over there, Ryan. Ryan, it's we didn't get to talk last week. Sorry, I was on assignment in St. Louis, but it was a successful assignment. Now we're back to have a full-blown show like we typically do on Saturdays. But good morning, man.
Good morning, Kramer. That felt like a very long 2 weeks, I'll say.
Yeah, it did. It felt very long because I enjoy the conversations we have, especially picking your brain. You're picking my brain whenever it comes to topics on this. But yeah, no, it felt like it's been a while since I've talked to you, and it feels like it's been a while.
How was it watching the Cardinals take down the evil empire that is the Dodgers?
Bro, it was great. It was absolutely fantastic. And the fact that the Cardinals are also playing incredible baseball right now as they're taking down the little brother to the evil Dodgers right now, San Diego Padres. But it was nice. This team's fun to watch. Like, I can't believe how fun the Cardinals are. What the young baby birds is what they've been classified as. But Jordan Walker's hitting the ball. Alec Burleson's hitting the ball. Yvonne Herrera's been doing incredible things. And the only thing that terrifies me watching Cardinals baseball, that bullpen. And every single week, or every single night, the bullpen, it's always shaky. But they've been honing in the craft. And I think ever since this Dodger series, last Saturday or last Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they just been on a tear. It's been awesome to watch.
It's kind of crazy that they were one of the favorites to have the worst record in baseball before the year, and I think they'd have the third best record in the American League right now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they're 23-15 at the moment, and it's so dumb because if it wasn't for the damn Chicago Cubs who are on a 10-game heater right now, the Cardinals would be in first place. And it's also wild to think that the Chicago Cubs have had two times this season before Mother's Day, which, by the way, is tomorrow, so make sure you get something for your mother. Something nice. But 2 times since before Mother's Day, the Chicago Cubs have been on 2 10-game winning streaks, and it's just so dumb. It's so annoying. But yeah, the Cardinals are going to impress some teams, and they should make a wild card spot. At least I hope they make a wild card spot. But I could see them just going 500 the rest of the season, and that'd be A-okay with me.
Compared to expectations, yeah. And they have a lot of young players that are good. We talked about Jordan Walker before, but young JJ, all 5'9" of them, he's a stud.
He made an incredible catch last Saturday where he dove. It was a Shohei Ohtani was batting. It's funny, so I'm wearing my Shohei Ohtani shirt right now. He laced it all the way to the second base side. He had to do a full-on dive where, like, feet all off the ground, made the catch, doubled off the guy at first base, and was just absolutely amped and pumped up. And the entire stadium was just electric after that. But JJ, I would like to think that he could be considered Rookie of the Year in the National League. That's only if Sal Stewart can stop hitting home runs for the Cincinnati Reds. That's just me, though.
Is that who the favorite is right now?
At this point in time, it's Sal Stewart. He's got 10 home runs. I think he's has 20-some RBIs, but his batting average stinks. But then again, JJ's batting average isn't great. But JJ does lead in FWAR for all of rookies right now. So maybe that also carries some weight. But I don't know. I don't even know what the odds are for Rookie of the Year right now. I think he might be third. Is that what you're looking up right now?
Yeah, I'm pulling him up right now. We got AL Rookie of the Year, Sal Stewart, Nolan McLean, pitcher for the Mets.
Oh, dude, that dude's a stud. That guy he strikes out anybody and everybody that comes to play to face him.
Then JJ, Connor Griffin, Moises Ballesteros from the Cubs, who's kind of been a monster in the couple Cubs games I've watched. And then a couple Marlins.
That Ballesteros guy is one of the big reasons why they keep winning games. That dude's incredible.
Doesn't he also just keep hitting home runs?
Yeah, I think he might have 7 on the year. I want to say 7 or 8.
Pretty good for a rookie. 6.
That's true.
He's batting 280.
Hey, shout out to you, Craig. Thanks for joining on. And this is a great start to the weekend. This is one of my favorite things to do every single week is on Saturday. Heck, we've been doing this for a while now, Ryan, which is absolutely crazy to think that we've gone from doing it on radio airwaves, now doing it here on the Club Foolish network. Yeah, no, I'm glad you've been jacked up for baseball this entire year. Have you? I'm assuming you've tapped into some Kansas City Royals stuff, correct?
Oh yeah. It's already been a roller coaster. I've been disappointed and given up on the team, and now we're back. We're pretty much all the way back now, and it's been
You
fun.
think so?
Well, the Guardians have devil magic that they're going to sprinkle. They're just going to call up a couple dudes I've never heard of. Probably one of them will win a Cy Young. They'll win the division 8 out of the next 10 years. I'm sick of Cleveland, but I'm not a big believer in the Tigers right now. It just seems like vibes are bad. So, yeah, there's a chance. There's a chance we can make some noise.
Especially with Skubal being on the shelf for a hot minute. I'm not sure when he's actually even be able to come back. So that's a good opening for the Royals. But let's talk about, did you watch the game last night? I'd have been following along. I had friends at the stadium because it was a nurses' night there. But,
no, I saw the
Kyle Isbell. Kyle Isbell, stud. My one of my good friends absolutely adores Kyle Isbell. Don't know why, but he does. But this is, I think I jumped over the topic I had for this. Who's the most reliable Royal on the team right now that's not named Bobby or Michael? And for my quick answer is Kyle Isbell. I think he's been one of the most consistent Royals on this team. And it's not like he's going to bat 300 or anything, but he's at least going to be consistently a 260 to 250 batting average guy, coming up clutch whenever he needs to, especially last night, getting the hit the ball through the right side of the field. It got under the glove of the right fielder. He ended up getting a triple. It scored 1 run. And I think it also made that the game tying run. And then later on in the game, gets the walk-off win for the Royals. And it's incredible because it was firework night. So it's just a nice little captivating everything, all of it. I think Kyle Isbell right now might be the most consistent player outside of Bobby Witt Jr. and outside of Michael Garcia on this offensive unit that they have, because it's been sparse this entire year so far. Like you said, it's been a roller coaster. I don't think anybody's bat is consistent in this on the team. It'd be nice to say it's Salvador Perez, but that dude just I don't know. I love Salvi, but it's just he has regressed so much. But it's also May, and he usually turns it on late May. So I don't know. Who would that consistent player be for you if it's not Bobby or Michael?
Yeah, the stats back it up that it's Kyle Isbell. I was going to go with a different guy, and it's not exactly what you'd expect out of him. But Cags quietly has been solid this year. He hasn't hit the home runs that you'd expect. I mean, he only has 4 on the season, but 4 on the season is good for 3rd on the team, so that's something.
True.
But he's got a 243 average, 320 on base, not bad. That's 4th, 5th on the team if you want to, look at it bats. He's just been a pretty solid, consistent hitter. He's struggled driving in runs, but that's because no one on the team can get on base and no one can hit when anyone's on base. So that's not really anything out of the ordinary for this Royals team. I think you're right that Isbell's the 3rd most consistent player, but Cags is right there. And let me throw another name at you, not for consistent, but for a guy that I've been so excited about this year. I'm so pumped for him. I'm all in. I think in 3 years, he could be, outside of Bobby, the best player on the team. Carter Jensen.
Oh, yeah. I felt so bad for the kid last night where there was a play at the plate relay. Kyle Isbell threw it to Bobby. Bobby threw it to Carter Jensen. Carter, it hit his glove, and then it bounced off his glove while he was squeezing it. And if he would have caught the ball at the dish and tagged out the guy, it would have been an out. It would have been a bang, incredible relay from the outfield, but he just dropped it. And I was like, oh, no. So I immediately texted my friends that were at the game, like, how did that crowd react? He's like, dude, the crowd thought he caught the ball. And I'm like yelling out, my friend was like, I'm yelling at people, he dropped the ball. It's in front of him. It's in front of him. But it's Carter could be a stud. He really could be. And plus also it's a great name. My brother's name's Carter. So I mean, why not have a good Carter in the MLB for once?
It's just so nice to see a guy that's just a power first hitter on the Royals offense. I feel like they haven't had just like a true power hitter since maybe like Jorge Soler left. But he's doing it at the catcher position, which is a little more valuable. So oh my God, he just gets me going.
How many home runs does he have on the season? Because I cannot think of it at the top of my head.
6. He leads the team.
He could probably get to 25, almost 30. I think he can get in that range this year if he continues to keep slugging. He also has to continue to get everyday at bats, and from how it looks with Salvador Perez right now, there's a good chance he might be getting everyday at bats for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I just wish Salvi was. I don't understand Salvi. I don't. I would like to think that he's going to be get out of all this slump, but I think he had like a 15 pitch at bat that ended up being a walk or something. And I mean, that's good and all, but he's still swinging at that low and away slider. Like people know the playbook on getting Salvador Perez out, and that's just do not throw a strike, make that slider look like it's going to be a strike, and make sure it darts out the zone because he's going to continue to chase.
He can't hit. I mean, right now, Vinny technically has the lowest batting average on the team, but at least he's drawing walks and he's getting doubles, and he actually has weirdly 3
How many RBIs does he has?
Vinny leads the team with 18 RBIs.
Man,
so again, he's having
crazy. It's crazy that 18 leads the team in RBIs, and it's May 9th.
Yeah.
Like that's you would think there'd be some guy that's like close to 30 on this team by now, but they're just not scoring runs. But the thing is that they're scoring runs when they're wearing these City Connect uniforms. Like I think we both had a consensus the first time we started talking about them on this show was like it ain't it. It could be better. They're 6-1 in these uniforms, so maybe it is it for them. And also they're kind of growing on me. I will admit these uniforms are growing on me.
I went to a game that they were wearing them. I'm still not a big fan of the uniforms, but all of the stuff around it looks great. Like they changed some of the signage and stuff and just the sort of accessories in the stadium. The hats look really cool. I'm a fan of everything with the color scheme and the new logo and the City Connect vibes, except the actual jerseys, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because it's the white jersey. Now, if they could have made it like what if the entire jersey was magenta? Would you get down with that? Or would that be too much?
It's bold. It's a maybe. Yeah, I'd have to see it. I kind of like the idea, though. I think it's a fun idea.
Because if the Red Sox can wear the all green ones, it was funny. I had Big Inning up last night. I wish I was able to. I literally wish I could watch Royals baseball without watching it through Big Inning. Or even like last night, the Cardinals game was on Apple TV, so I had to listen to it via the radio the entire time. So I don't have Apple TV. I'm not worried about that subscription.
No one's.
But my wife, like she was watching the games with me. And I explained to her like every home team right now where their City Connects on Friday, and she was like, okay, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. I really don't like that one. When she said that was the Kansas City Royals one. But she's like, I think the Boston Red Sox one's disgusting. It's the all green one. Now, if the Royals could go to the all magenta top, I think it would kind of look better for the team, and also have the all magenta top with white pants. That would look great. It's kind of like how the Cardinals wear their all red tops with white pants, and I think that it's probably one of the cleanest looking City Connect uniforms that they have. But but if it's like an all, I don't know if you saw the Texas Rangers one last night. They debuted it. It's still not it. Like I don't think the Texas Rangers have had great City Connect uniforms. Either ones that they debuted with was the all black one, and this one's the all red one with it says Tejas, Tejas. I'm probably pronouncing it incredibly wrong, but
Tejas. It's like great. A Spanish, like a nod to Spanish, but I hate it. It looks real stupid.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And it's funny too because Kumar Rocker was starting the game last night, and he actually had a white undershirt on. You can't wear white when you're throwing a white baseball. So that game got delayed a little bit. But no, I think the Royals City Connect uniforms are growing. Also, it's nice to see a lot of people going out to the games, not just to watch the sport itself, but the Royals have been dishing out so many bobbleheads this week. There's 2 bobbleheads this week. There's 2 bobbleheads next week, and honestly, it's cool and all. I can't wait to see get the Pasquatch bobblehead, the old Sasquatch looking one because it just looks funny. But man, they're just handing them out left and right. Last night was a rock paper scissors one too. Craig out here says I really like the Royals Connect. The Toronto ones are terrible.
The Toronto ones that look like the airport T-shirt.
I gotta look them up.
It looks like a T-shirt that you'd buy in like the comic.
Oh yeah, those are bad. Those are really bad. The all black.
Yeah.
Those are really bad. You're not wrong, Craig. You're not wrong.
The Royals have some good giveaways this year, man. The 4th of July, they've got a Bobby Witt Jr. one, and he's got like a bald eagle on his shoulder. And he's wearing like the 4th of July. He's wearing like the American flag swim trunks and a bucket hat. and he's holding a hot dog. It's actually sick.
That I remember going to the 4th of July game. I think it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Might have to do that again. Might hit up the gals I usually go with and make sure they are free on the 4th of July. Because I mean that'd be a pretty sweet bobblehead to get. No, like they're just. It's what Rocky mentions it to me on when we do Veach seasons on Tuesday night. Shout out to Veach season and shout out to Rocky. But he's like, yeah, well, the Royals are gonna suck, so let's pump in as many promotional item giveaways as possible and get people out to the club, because at least they're giving us bobbleheads, even though we can't get the hot dogs every Tuesday night for $1. That's still unfortunate. I think that's so dumb. Still so dumb.
You know what hurts me this season as a Royals fan? Watching the offense suck. And this is a random thought. This is just out of the blue. You know who's having a really good season on another team? MJ Melendez.
Yeah.
MJ Melendez is batting 300 with a almost 550 slugging and almost over a 900 OPS on the Mets right now. He might be one of their best offensive players, and the Royals are just like, for valid reasons, he was god-awful the last couple of years, but they just wiped their hands clean of him and sent him on his way, and now he's cooking.
Another guy, Ryan O'Hearn, he's leading the Pirates in, I think, batting average and I think runs driven in as well. So it's funny you say that, Ryan, because now you know my pain as a Cardinals fan, whether if it was Randy Arozarena, Adolis Garcia, Sandy Alcantara. I could go on. I continue to go on. There's so many potential hopefulness of guys that I've seen on my team go elsewhere and just absolutely tear it up. And now you're seeing that with MJ. Now you're seeing that with Ryan O'Hearn. And I'm just glad they're able to figure it out, because at times it's that reality check for these players where it's like, oh, I got sent down. Oh, I'm not doing the right things possible. And the team sees that. They're going to get rid of me. Now it's like, what can I do in order to get back to the playing potential that I was? Because remember, MJ Melendez, I think he holds the record for most minor league home runs in a season. I think,
does he really? I did not know that.
In Royals minor league history, I'm pretty sure he does, because there's 1 year I think he bopped out like 50 something. How many home runs? That's
on brand. He's one of those guys. The Royals have guys that absolutely destroy pitching in the minors, Kegs, and then come up and can't have nowhere to save their lives. I think it has to be something with the mindset of the hitting coach. We just
in 2021 he hit 41 home runs.
Jesus. Okay, fun fact. Do you know who else was in the Sandy Alcantara trade when the Cardinals shipped him out?
On the return or on to send there?
Who the Cardinals sent to the Marlins?
Zach Gallen.
Zach Gallen. They traded Zach Gallen and Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah,
that'd be
for Marcelo Ozuna.
Yeah. Oh, that's brutal.
That's a trade that happened, and Marcel was only on the team. Big Bear was only on the team for 1 year, and we sent away. But I mean, it's 2026. Sandy Alcantara really isn't the guy. Zach Gallen has a 5 ERA for the Diamondbacks.
Zach Gallen's been bad for like 3 years.
You honestly, you actually kind of look like Zach Gallen right now with them specs on.
Yeah, I kind of I actually dig when pitchers or any baseball players are wearing like glasses or goggles when they're out there. Any athlete, actually, like NBA players when they wear goggles, gets me hyped too.
Speaking of guys that wear goggles and pitch, Noah Cameron, man, it's just not his year. It's not at all. He's hurt right now. I think he got slid on the IL, and I think. I know I was not a proponent of doing this, but now in hindsight, they probably should have done this. The Royals probably should have traded him last year at the highest, or at least do it in the offseason and get as much as you can in return, because every single year a pitcher can be incredible and a pitcher can be absolutely awful. Seen that right now with the relief guy in St. Louis named Matt Swanson, who had a sub 2 ERA all of last year, and now he's got a sub 10 ERA in just like 14 appearances, and it's absolutely horrendous. That's kind of like what happened with Noah Cameron right now. Has over a 5 ERA. He does have, I think, 3 wins on this year, but if you're not tracking the wins-loss stats, if you're a pitcher, you're tracking everything else, and I think people have actually figured out how to hit Noah Cameron.
Yeah, it felt a little like catching lightning in a bottle last year, where his fastball average is like 92 miles an hour. He doesn't have great stuff. And he kind of got a little bit lucky. If you look at some of the advanced metrics last year, like batting average, balls in play, barrel rate, all that stuff, didn't exactly favor him. And he's just regressed to the mean this year. And I think you're totally right. I think if he was with the Rays his rookie year, you'd see the Rays trade him and bring back like a Randy Arozarena type prospect, because that's just what the smart organizations do. And the Royals, unfortunately, I don't always think are a smart organization.
Yeah, I'd like to think they are at times, but they haven't proved me right in a while, or wrong, either one. They could have done so much more with that, but yeah. But also some things that people could do much more on, and that is if they need a free agent out there in the NFL, there are quite a few guys, big name guys, as out there in current free agents. So Ryan, we should go over some current free agents that might fit for said Chiefs team. And it's funny that the list of the names on these guys, this seems like it's the 2018 Pro Bowl team that's all on here. Quarterbacks out there that's still remaining free agents. Aaron Rodgers, did he get a deal done this week with the Steelers yet, or is that still up in the air? Because I mean, he's a Steeler. It's just whether or not he wants to come back.
Yeah, Schefter said that he's planning on coming back and is expected to be the starter. So I'm just assuming that he's going to be the starter in Pittsburgh.
Who did the Steelers draft? They drafted a quarterback, Drew Aller. They drafted Drew Aller. There's no. I wish Drew Aller could win the gig over Aaron Rodgers. Let's see that happen. It won't. Other quarterbacks out there: Russell Wilson, Tyrod Taylor. But this is the thing is for the let's talk for Chiefs' sake. They don't need a quarterback. They got Grant Nussmeier. They got Patrick Mahomes. It's funny how I said Grant Nussmeier first. But I think Grant Nussmeier is the Week 1 starter. I'm not gonna put money on that, but I think he's the Week 1 starter.
I think it would be Fields over Nussmeier if they were to go with any sort of backup for Mahomes.
Would you want
Fields isn't amazing, but I'm not worried about signing a quarterback from the Chiefs.
If you feel comfortable with the running back room for the Kansas City Chiefs, current free agent running backs right now are top of the list: Joe Mixon, Najee Harris, Austin Eckler, Nick Chubb, and Kareem Hunt. Is there one of those guys that all you'd want to bring in?
No, absolutely.
I agree because I mean you drafted Emmett Johnson for a reason. I'm not the biggest fan of Emery DeMercado, but Kenneth Walker's there. The Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker is on your team. So all right, wide receivers. Some of these names might actually pique your interest right now because I'm not sure. I'm not sure the vibes for what the wide receiver room is for you. I'm not sure if you enjoy what they got right now or not. But current wide receivers in the NFL: Tyreek Hill, that are current free agents. Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Keenan Allen, and Brandon Cooks. I was going to say Juwan Jennings, but he just got paid, I think, by the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, that's the only name I would have wanted the Chiefs to sign. Juwan Jennings, I think, would have fit amazing because, like you said, I don't feel great about the wide receiver room. I actually think it will be better this year, mostly because it can't be that much worse. That said, I don't want to bring in any of these guys.
What about Deebo Samuel? I think Deebo has more upside than anyone else on this list. Stephon Diggs brings baggage. Brandon Cooks, maybe. He's got great hands. But I think Deebo's the only gadget guy.
Maybe a Keenan Allen to kind of fill that like Juju Smith-Schuster role from the last couple of years. But I don't love any of these names. I would rather – I don't even know who's a free agent beyond this list, but I would rather bring in someone else, just a body.
Hill is coming back because I want that free LC burnt in dinner. Okay, all right. If that's the case, I mean, I would bring Tyreek Hill back as well, but I don't think he will be because I'm not giving you no LC burnt in dinner there, Craig. All right, tight ends. Correct me if I'm wrong. If some of these guys have signed or whatnot. David Njoku, Jonnu Smith, Darren Waller, and Taysom Hill. Is the tight end room you think fine for the Kansas City Chiefs?
The tight end room is fine, but I wouldn't hate if they brought in like a David Njoku. Let me double check. I want to look and see if another name is here. Jonnu Smith would be nice. Just a guy that is like a better Noah Gray, essentially, is all I want. I just want a second tight end. Maybe even bring in like a Bob Tonyan, someone who can block a little better. I don't hate that.
I don't hate that either, but you're the tight end, the guy that I did not expect you to say like Njoku stuff. No, my tight end I like Taysom Hill. I think Taysom Hill could flourish in an Andy Reid offense. Like, can you imagine the crap he could draw up? Andy Reid could draw up for Taysom Hill. Hell, Taysom Hill could be your week 1 starter. Like that's for at quarterback.
That'd be kind of funny, but I would hate that. Imagine they put Taysom Hill and Justin Fields in the backfield together to start week 1, and it's like, oh, we're the 06 Dolphins now. We're running Wildcat every play. You don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, that'd be fun. I mean,
it'd be
there'd be a dedicated run for once.
Yeah, if they brought in a guy to be a backup, I don't hate it. If anything, I would want more of a blocking tight end. It's not really the sexiest thing in the world, but if they're going to run the ball more with Walker and Emmett Johnson, bring in a tight end that can block. They don't really have much of that on the roster.
They don't, because they brought in the tight end from Green Bay, the longtime tight end from Green Bay. I cannot think of his name right now. I don't think he's even on the team anymore, but he was there last year. And he wasn't a blocking tight end either. From what I remember, that Aaron Rodgers would always throw him touchdown passes, or if it was Jordan Love throwing him touchdown passes. But no, they do need a blocker tight end. And I think the best one out of the 4 there is Jonnu Smith. I think Jonnu Smith's probably the best blocking tight end. Taysom Hill does block. Taysom Hill throws blocks. Taysom Hill throws his body around, and he might be 36 years old, but damn it, I would take him over Noah Gray in a heartbeat.
That is no. Well, maybe over Noah Gray, but I wouldn't bring him in. That just feels like bad vibes.
All right. Moving on to the offensive line. I think the Chiefs' offensive line is fine. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's great or good. It's fine. But Taylor Decker's out there, Mekhi Becton, Jonah Williams, and Joel I can't pronounce his last name. He's a big mother trucker. Yeah, Batonio. There we go. I got a Batonio. Mekhi Becton would be incredible in this offense as a backup swing, or maybe even possibly if the right tackle isn't what they truly want, he could play right tackle if he needed to. He played that over in New York Jets. So I like Mekhi Becton. That's
why I'm kind of looking at him and Jonah Williams as depth pieces. Exactly like you said, because they can play tackle. The best guys that are out there, though, are interior linemen. And like the Chiefs don't need an interior lineman. They're good at guard. They're good at center.
Because Kingsley stepped up last year. Kingsley won me over last year.
Yeah, he was good. There's not a name that's better than anyone that you have starting on the line. So if they don't make a move, I don't really care. It's not going to, no skin off my back. But if they brought in a Mekhi Becton and said, hey, he's going to be a backup guard that can fill in at tackle when inevitably one of them is out for a couple games, I don't hate that.
All right, let's switch sides over to the defense. You would?
I'm coming around on the idea. I actually really like it. Yeah.
All right. I'm glad. Now let's switch sides over to the defensive side of things. Let's start off on the interior defensive line. I think I would love to say the Chiefs' defensive line is set in stone. Maybe they need another edge rusher, but on the interior side, there's Calais Campbell still out there, DJ Reader, Shelby Harris, and Larry Ogunjobi. I think Calais Campbell would be a monster next to rotating with old Peter Woods, with old Omar Norman Lott, Chris Jones. That would actually be kind of nice. Like that would be
the only bad
that would be
is
nice
he signed with the Ravens. He signed with the Ravens.
That's bad. Of course. Whenever I'm not scrolling through X, he decides to sign. That's great. Thank you. Thanks, Calais.
Yeah,
cross him off the
list. I would have agreed with you actually. The rest of the names after that are not as encouraging, and I think you just run with what you've got now.
Now I'm curious. I know you were a big AJ Epinesa guy. I know that.
Yeah.
So edge, got Joey Bosa out there, Leonard Floyd, Cam Jordan. Because I mean we already know Craig out there, Cam Jordan. Yeah. Hassan Reddick and Kyle Van Noy. I think it's Cam Jordan. Like if you got to get a guy out here, it's Cam Jordan.
Actually, Hassan Reddick would be fun.
He would, but I think Cam Jordan's the guy that you truly need on this this defensive pass rush, especially. Yeah. I think R. Mason Thomas might be good. That's a big might on that. But if Cam Jordan's there, I'm taking Cam
Mhm.
Jordan over R. Mason Thomas any day and every day, and I don't care how old Cam Jordan is. I think he's still got some stuff left in the tank.
What if I tell you, I think if you're just looking at the performance this year, 1 year, you bring him in as just sort of a paid assassin 1 year guy, you stick him on the edge and he just produces. Cam Jordan, that's the best pick. I wouldn't hate it if they brought in a guy that's a really productive historic player like a Joey Bosa, or this is going to sound crazy, a Von Miller, because those are the types
That's
of
really
guys.
crazy.
Not because they're going to do anything for you this year. They're not going to do jack for you this year. But those are the types of guys. Do you remember when Tamba Hawley was mentoring D Ford back in the day? And they would always show these clips after the games, and he's like showing him the hand movements that he does when he's rushing the passer. I would actually like to get one of these sort of speed rush guys to come in and mentor R. Mason Thomas, because they don't have anyone that's a speed rusher right now. They don't really have a guy to come in and that's done it before and show him, like, here's how you get around the edge with speed, because he seems like a smart kid. Did you see the clip of R. Mason Thomas talking about, like, physics is how he rushes the passer?
Yes, I did. He's got a big brain when it comes to that. He's understand his methodology of his pass rushing abilities, but he just does not fit a spag system. I still don't understand why they went out wanting to get R. Mason Thomas. I'm pretty sure Derek Moore, Michigan guy, he was there, and he's more the mold for Spagnuolo. So I don't know. I hope it works out for the kid, but I don't think R. Mason Thomas is going to get around any offensive lineman consistently.
I would love to, if he gets 4 sacks this season, I'm all in, because that tells me that he can get there and then he's just going to develop. I'm not saying it's a great season for a rookie, but if he gets 4, it tells me that he can do it at all. And then
he's a second round pick, isn't he?
Yeah, early second round pick.
I don't know, man. Like they wasted a pick on the 32nd overall pick in 2021 or 2022 to get FAU.
Yeah.
And let's talk, like, Ryan. FAU is a speed rusher.
Yeah.
Was no power rusher at K-State. He was he had more size than R. Mason Thomas, but he was classified more as a speed rusher. It has not worked. It has not worked.
No, he's been pretty terrible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he hasn't seen this. We haven't seen him on the field.
But I'm buying it. R. Mason Thomas
I'm glad you're buying it.
He's a crazier athlete. I really like it. If he can just show some production this year, I'm all in.
All right, let's go to linebackers. Like I said, correct me if these guys have already signed. It's been a minute since I checked all of the transaction logs. But linebacker Bobby Okereke, Bobby Wagner, Kenneth Murray, and Matt Milano. 4 guys there. Which one would you rather have on this team if you need him, or just pass?
Pass, but let me throw another name out. Devin Bush is a free agent too.
Devin Bush, that's nice. Go blue.
You need a guy. He's a little better in pass protection at linebacker than what you have. So I don't really think they need a linebacker. That's actually a position on defense I think they're totally set at. But if you're telling me they have to sign a guy, he'd be where I'd lean.
Interesting. I think Bobby Wagner, he gets in. I think Bobby Wagner is Nick Bolton's the great value version of Bobby Wagner, is what I was trying to say. And that's still, I mean, if you're the great value version of somebody and it's Bobby Wagner, that's incredible. But no, I don't think, I want to say the linebacker room is fine. But we'll just have to see. I think they still need a Leo Chenal replacement. It's not Jack Cochran. If Jack Cochran's still even on this team, like, it's not him. Let's hope we don't see more of that at all. You want to answer this question? I know you're not. Ryan, are you a pro wrestling guy? I would love to hear what you guys think about the New Day, how they were asked to cut their pay in half. All right, so if you're not familiar with this story, the New Day asked for their release. New Day is one of the best storied tag teams in WWE. Heck, I did chow down on some. I wish I could have chowed down on some bootios when they were doing that, or catch a pancake when they're throwing them out of their singlets. But yeah, no, this is kind of sucks. Like, I think TKO, who also runs the UFC and also now with the WWE, have absolutely butchered WWE. And it's not. I love watching it. it's not a weekly show to me anymore that I have to sit down and watch. I watch them for pay-per-views and that's it only. I can't sit down and watch Raw anymore. I can't sit down and watch SmackDown because it's just not it for me anymore because of how much TKO has its hands in there.
Yeah, TKO is going through a lot also. They split from Endeavor, which was the parent agency that they were under, and they're owned by private equity. I think Silver Lake bought Endeavor and TKO became its own thing. Essentially, leadership totally changed there. So I think they're going through a lot behind the scenes. And you're kind of seeing that from a front end product of, hey, we don't really have cohesive, I don't want to necessarily say like communication, but everything's not so great behind the curtain. So
I bet.
that's why I think you're seeing like, oh, hey, let's make pay cuts here. This is a little bit messy because we don't have all the infrastructure that we had when one of the biggest talent agencies in the world was running everything.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. There's a lot of wrestlers that became free agents when there was big hopefulness for some of the people there 2 or 3 years ago. Like I know you don't watch wrestling, but the White Six, the fact that they're released is nuts because they were supposed to be this big faction after the passing of Wyatt Rotunda, R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. But man, it's nothing came to fruition there, and they're all released as well. And then New Day once out now. Back to NFL talk. Cornerbacks out there. Do you think the Chiefs cornerback room is fine?
Right now, they've got Noel Williams. Why is this? Okay, sorry. I'm looking at the depth chart. Yeah, they got the lane. I'm looking at the depth chart online. It just looks a little funky.
Christian Fulton should still be there.
That's encouraging. Yeah, Christian Fulton, Kyer Elam they brought in. That's a name. Melvin Smith Jr. Yeah, if they sign one more corner, I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse because maybe it means the guys they have are not good now, but I don't think the guys they have are good anyways. So yeah, maybe they bring in another corner.
Here are the four: L'Jarius Sneed, Marshawn Lattimore, Trayvon Diggs, Rasul Douglas. If these guys are current free, I hope Marshawn Lattimore is a free agent because get him on the Chiefs now.
He's been bad for like 3 straight seasons, though. He can't stay on the field.
But also, are we going to see a lot of Diggs on the field, Rasul Douglas on the field, or Snead on the field? Let's be honest here. Out of the 4 guys here, I think that I'll take the possibility on Lattimore being something better. I think he's better than Christian Fulton. Come on now. All 4 of these guys are better than Christian Fulton.
Maybe Snead, just because you've seen it before. You know, he fits the Spag style. I would lean that way. His case got dismissed, so he's a free man. I would maybe lean L'Jarius Sneed. Yeah, I don't love any of these names. This is kind of a concerning group.
Delane was incredible. The fact that they drafted him. But Craig on the ends, I actually think they drafted well at cornerback and defensive back. So that's.
I agree.
At least there's some people out there that don't think that they don't need a corner or defensive back in the room. But I don't know. I think you could probably at least find somebody else out there that can also help. Going to safeties, Harrison Smith, Donovan Wilson, Woods, and Efetu Melifanu. Or or I can't pronounce his last name, so I ain't worried about him. I'm definitely not taking him. Harrison Smith would be fun, but he's just old.
Yeah, right now the starting safeties are Loie Gilman and Shamari Connor, and I don't like that.
Bring Harrison Smith in now. Shamari Connor should not be starting. I tried to bang the drum for the kid, and he's always getting burnt. He's like toast out there. He's just getting burned up by all the wide receivers.
Nasir Adderley just got released by the Colts. I kind of like that. Kenny Moore also just got released by the Colts. One of those guys I honestly think would be a good fit. If they could get Kenny Moore, honestly, I'd feel fantastic.
Kenny Moore's regressed. He's old. He's older now. I get it. That's one of the oldest positions out there. If you're consistent in the NFL, is safety. But Nasir Adderley would be interesting. It would be, but you can't let Shamari Connor start this year. I'm sorry, you just can't. You got to find something there. I don't even know how much money the Chiefs even have in cap. I got to figure that out.
Not much, but enough to sign a 1-year free agent. I mean, you can always make room for a 1-year free agent.
The Chiefs cap space right now is
Taylor Rapp. Actually, how about a Taylor Rapp signing for the Chiefs?
Taylor
I
Rapp,
think
I wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad at
he
all.
was good in Buffalo. I kind of figured they wouldn't let him walk. I didn't know he was a free agent. I like that.
Buffalo's idiotic, is what they are.
Jordan
They
Poyer,
just
old man Jordan Poyer.
that's too old. That's too old. That's too old. Jordan Poyer is way too old for that.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the offensive defense there. I think the Chiefs will be fine. They might be the second best team in this division when it comes to the end of the year in standings, because the Broncos still might be at the top, or it's the Chargers at the top. It's one of the two teams that's going to win that division. It's not going to be the Chiefs. It'd be so shockingly if it's going to be the Chiefs, but either the Chargers or Broncos winning this division this upcoming year, in my opinion. Even though the Broncos haven't done diddly squat, whether if it's the draft or also the free agency, they didn't do anything. So I'm just more curious. What's up?
I'm going to be honest. I'm out on the Broncos. I don't think they're going to be very good this year. They're going to play a much harder schedule. If you look, Bo Nix still doesn't really play very well against teams over 500. I know they had a better record last year, but that was entirely because their defense and Sean Payton kind of carried them. Not to say Bo Nix is awful. I just don't think they're that good. I feel like I'm really getting a hang of the media thing, because I'm going to do what all the professionals in the industry do and say that I think the Chargers might be the best team in the division right now.
Oh yeah. We'll follow the national media narrative. I agree with you, Craig. It's not the Raiders. I don't think it's the Raiders yet. Give it next year, and it definitely will be the Raiders. But if the Raiders win it this year, which they will, they should have the easiest schedule this upcoming season. So it could be the Raiders. Who knows? We'll have to find out whenever week 1 starts. All right, Ryan, I need the update. I need the juiciness of what's going on in the Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel news, because I was scrolling through X I think it was on Wednesday, and apparently they were on a boat together while she was still pregnant, and it was them two doing something, and it's like, all right, the kid's got to be Vrabel's, right? Like let's figure that out first. The kid, all right, what do you got for me? It's been 2 weeks since we've talked about this. What's the update?
I feel like we should be playing a sounder every time we do like a Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel update, and the sounder should be "Promiscuous" by Nelly Furtado.
If we didn't get any copyright strikes on there, I definitely would be playing it. I'll figure out the AI stuff. Well, we might be able to get something going.
You're spot on. May 2021, she was 7 months pregnant with little Mike Vrabel Jr. And they go out and they rent a boat together. They rent a boat in Tennessee together. She's 7 months pregnant. Neither of their spouses are there, and it's just those two hanging out on a private boat. Weird, very weird. Also, at the same time, I think this was just like a couple weeks or shortly after they rented the boat together. Insider Diana Rossini reported that the Titans are a long shot to trade for wide receiver Julio Jones, saying they offered a first-round pick for him and that the Falcons turned it down. Now, you might be asking, why does that matter if they're getting the trade rejected? It's because when other teams see that, they're like, oh, the Titans offered a first-round pick. We're not going to offer a first-round pick. If you remember, he got traded for a second from Tennessee to Atlanta to Tennessee. So she's actually swaying the NFL trade market through what she's hearing from Mike Vrabel. And I think this could be sort of the nail in the coffin of like, okay, she lost her job. Why haven't we seen him catch any fire with his job? This is like full-on tampering is what he's doing. If he's having her leak these reports because they're having the affair with each other, like this goes deep now.
It's absolutely wild. The fact that I didn't know that was posted or around the time that they were on that boat, because that just adds more elements to the story now. Like he's literally either just feeding her information. Was Vrabel using her? Like there's a good chance that was happening too.
It kind of seems that way. It kind of seems in like a really weird way that he might be manipulating the market by using her to produce stories that benefit him the most.
But it's also a bad look going on a boat with a pregnant lady that's allegedly not your kid. That's very suspicious. And I mean, it was a nice, gorgeous day. They were having a little themselves. They could be a wife and husband having themselves a little boat day. No one could have thought of anything, especially if you're just a passing bystander and you don't know who the hell Diana Rossini or Mike Vrabel is. Tell you what, Mike Vrabel, he stands out in a crowd. He 100% does.
Yeah,
So
he does.
he's not hard to miss. It's super unfortunate. And then I hear that her husband's A-okay with all this. He's going to stay by her side through the entire time, which if it's me, if I'm her husband, I've already kicked her to the curb. All of her stuff is me sitting out on the front porch waiting for her to come collect and go and make sure she can pick it up and go to big old Mike Vrabel's house back after that. I'm kicking her out of the house. Like I'm the divorce papers will be filed if that was my wife.
Her husband being okay with it's the least surprising thing, because another thing that came out this week was she was on like a Barstool podcast, weirdly with Mike Vrabel also, and she was just talking about, they were like, name one thing you do with your eyes closed, and she's like, make love to my husband, which is just a weird answer.
If that's your first comment out of that someone asked, what? All right, Ryan, what's the first thing what do you do with your eyes closed?
I don't know. That's not the answer I'm coming up with. I might say like sneeze or something.
Oh, mine's eating some damn good barbecue. Oh man, my eyes are always closed when I'm eating barbecue.
So that was just a weird clip. But she has a lot of those weird clips. Her husband, it kind of seems like she hates her husband, honestly.
She does. Yeah, it does sound like that in a lot of, especially with the ones with her and Mina Kimes.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like maybe they have an open relationship, whatever, to each their own. It's very unprofessional, and I want to hear from his wife is who I want to hear from. I want to hear from her, like, does she know this is going on? Is she okay with this? It kind of feels like she might be the one that allegedly hired a private investigator, so I don't know.
Wouldn't be shocked. I literally would not be shocked if she's the one that did that. But no, that's our update right now with the Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel. It's just super freaking messy. It's keeping the NFL moving along the entire offseason is what it's doing. All right, let's get the fair or foul. Fair or foul, Breece Hall contract extension with the New York Jets. This is per Ian Rappaport. The Jets and star Breece Hall have a deal extended him long-term, rather have him play for the tag. It was a 3-year deal, I believe. I think it's also worth like north of like 50-some million. It makes him, I think, the second highest paid running back in the NFL. I'm very shocked by this because didn't he want out? Like, did the persuasion of bringing in Geno Smith make like, I want to stay here in New York, make sure I'm a New York Jet for life?
It's been 2 years that he asked for a trade, and neither year got it. It's 3 years, $46 million, just shy of 46, which is kind of right in line. It's actually a little more than the Kenneth Walker deal. And if I'm the Chiefs, personally, I think I'd rather have Kenneth Walker. I mean, good for Breece Hall getting paid. This is great for Breece Hall. If I'm the Jets, or if I'm a Jets fan, I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we paying top of the market money to not a Saquon Barkley or Christian McCaffrey level running back? It's weird.
Yeah, I'm in the foul camp because of how much he wanted to get out of here, and he basically is now staying in New York. So that's just me. I'm saying foul on this one. On the next one, fair or foul, the Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals to be exact, their first round pick, Jeremiah Love, signed his 4-year fully guaranteed deal worth $53.9 million. This is just to be a backup running back in the NFL because assumingly James Conner, who announced the draft pick of day 2 of the NFL draft, he's the running back. He's always been the running back. He's one of the better running backs the Cardinals have had in some time. This is fair for the fact that Jeremiah Love got this money, but this is foul, I think, on the entire Arizona Cardinals organization. It's tenfold. Yeah.
It's foul that they even drafted a running back at 4 when it's not necessarily the worst idea if you're decent. Like, if this was the Titans that drafted him, whatever, you've got Cam Ward, you've got some receivers. It wouldn't be my pick, but I at least get the vision. If you're the Cardinals, you're rocking Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Minshew, and Carson Beck as your quarterback room. Your O-line sucks. Your receivers are good, but like, who's going to get them the ball? I hate this. If I'm them, if I'm a Cardinals fan, I consider just switching franchises.
So this seems like the blueprint for what the Raiders did last year or 2 years ago when they drafted Ashton Genty. They were terrible. They end up getting the first round pick in the draft. They get their quarterback. This might be that move that the Arizona Cardinals are trying to do. Remember, Genty was the 6th overall pick. Jeremiah Love, 4th overall pick. So I mean, it's 2 picks higher. But Cardinals stink. They're not great. They're ran by they're I don't know, hamsters on wheels. Like that's what they're ran on. There's a money making machine, but they don't give a crap about wins.
Did you see the picture of Carson Beck at his introductory press conference for the Cardinals?
Oh, how did that go? I did not see that.
The Cardinals logo on his shirt was on backwards.
Oh, it's the details, people. It's the details.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's not good.
From the shop, hand it to him.
That's foul.
He's literally sitting there in his introductory press conference with the Cardinals like stand behind him where the logo is facing the correct direction, and then it's facing the other way. And if that's not just a metaphor for like how poorly run your organization is, yikes.
That's so bad. That's the entirety of the Arizona Cardinals is just foul. All right, fair or foul. I think this is hilarious. The Cardinals PR had Anchorman theme game notes, and so there's quotes from the movie in here like, of course, did I say that loud? And that's after he said, yeah, go F yourself, San Diego. But 60% of the time it works every time. Don't act like you're not impressed. Love that line. Boy, that escalated quickly. I'm kind of a big deal. That smells like pure gasoline, but keep going. You stay classy, San Diego. You're so wise. I think it's hilarious that the St. Louis Cardinals PR team was just going on in with the fact that they're in San Diego right now, also 2-0 against the San Diego Padres in this series. Absolutely love that too. But this is fair. I love it when you can like cross mesh great movie quotes, highlights into sporting events, especially if you go to San Diego and play. You got to do something like this if you're a PR team, right? Mm-hmm. It's fair.
This is very fair. This is hilarious. I wish more would do this. So many of these broadcasts are just so serious, and it's like, what? Especially in baseball where you have 162 games during the year. Let's have some fun with it. This is really fair.
Absolutely love it. All right, lastly on the fair or foul. It's cheaper to go to Mets games at $6 ticket than get a Taco Bell Crunch Wrap, which is listed at $6.39. This is fair on the baseball side of things. I love going to games for $6. That's incredible. But this is so foul how inflation's hit the Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme market. It's $6. It's more expensive to buy something to eat than it is to go watch a game. Yeah, absolutely unreal. Fair and foul at the same time for me.
I don't know which I would enjoy more, a Mets game or a Crunchwrap, honestly. The Mets are 15-23, tied for the second worst record in baseball. They have not the worst run differential, but they can't score. So you're probably going to go watch them lose like 4-2. It's a close one for me. I think I'll take the Mets tickets, but it's a close one.
I think you're looking at it the wrong way, in the wrong lens. What's going to last longer, the game or the Taco Bell? I think the Taco Bell is going to last longer because after you eat that, you're going to be clambering to the toilet for a long time. So I think you have to look at it in that light because I mean, baseball games go over like 2 hours, 2 hours and 30 minutes now. You might eat that Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme, and you might be fighting for your life for at least 4 to 5 hours.
Oh, and the Mets are 6-12 at home, which is the second worst record in baseball at home. Yeah, give me the Crunchwrap.
Yeah,
I changed
100%. My mind. Alrighty. What is your new obsession now? Like you've been doing stuff recently, and what have you been doing?
Okay, have you ever? I remember back when we worked together, we would do what was the square thing with the baseball trivia. And it was
it was like Wordle, but for baseball.
Yeah, it was kind of like Wordle. It was just one of those like daily trivia games, basically. Have you ever done GeoGuessr? Yeah,
like where you are put on. It's like you're using Google Maps, and then you have to figure out where you're at, and you have to type in like where you think you are. Mm-hmm. Correct?
Yeah.
I have played at least a couple of times. Yes.
Yeah, you like click on the map. This is a combination of those.
Hey, have a good rest of your weekend, Craig. Take care. Thanks for chiming in.
So this is the combination here. What you do is it gives you a trivia question. It's like, I don't know, the city that Patrick Mahomes won 3 Super Bowls for. And then you get the map and you have to like zoom in on Kansas City and click it. And you have to, it gives you a score based on how close you are, but you get 5 trivia questions and each one has an answer on the map.
Hey, pull one up real quick. Let's do one.
It doesn't work on my laptop.
Oh no! What do you mean?
It might be like a phone only thing. Can you click the link and see if it works for you?
I'll share my screen real quick, and so we can do this together.
Great for the listening audience.
Oh, dude, hey, that's why you gotta watch us on YouTube when we do this.
Yeah.
Like it's a
it's working.
All right, so where do I? Okay, this Florida city is home to NASCAR's most famous track. All right, that's easy. It's Daytona.
Yeah, now you gotta go. You gotta go find Daytona on the map.
Jeez, this thing is.
Oh, it accidentally clicked for you. That's unlucky.
Oh, that's dumb. I'm trying to zoom in.
We'll get the next one. All
right, next question. Tiger Woods was born in this city in California. Oh, it's doing it for me.
Keeps clicking for you. You got to stop clicking on the map.
That's hard. Hold on, I need to zoom out. Okay, we'll zoom out. Next question. Jim Brown was an All-American in football and lacrosse at this city. Oh, I don't think I know this one.
Okay. I've already.
But I mean, he's an All-American in football. It's Cleveland.
Okay, but you have to think about lacrosse. This is where he played college.
Oh,
I will say lacrosse is very Northeast.
It is. Is it? I don't know where he went to college.
I think he won a Heisman there. It's a random
don't
school.
Google it.
No. I was just confirming he did.
I did not click that part of Texas, but yet it did it for it. It was in New York.
Yeah, Syracuse.
I did not click anything there. Magic Johnson Irvin.
So, okay, I would recommend doing this on your phone so it doesn't accidentally click for you.
Sounds good to me.
But yeah, that's the game I've been playing. And I'm
Interesting. Interesting. I might have to dabble with that on there. That's actually kind of fun. If I have some downtime at work, that's what I'm going to suggest the boys and I to do there. But interesting on that. All right, the WNBA season starts today, and the NBA playoffs have been incredibly wacky, and I agree. LeBron James is still in there fighting his way through, trying to make it to the finals. But WNBA, I absolutely wish, Ryan, that we had a Kansas City team. I think this city would. You said thrive. That's a great for if they had a WNBA team here, because I know the first thing that they would do is try to figure out how to get Caitlin Clark on said team. And I know it'd probably take about a ridiculous amount of money, a ridiculous amount of players, talented players to get traded to trade for her. But dude, it's I wish we had a WNBA team, and because I would be more heavily involved in watching it. I know I would.
I'm so excited, actually. It sounds goofy, but I'm pumped for the season because the very first game, I mean, they played games last night and I watched those, and the New York Liberty are just an absolute machine. But today at noon on ABC, you have the Fever versus the Dallas Wings, which is the last 4 number 1 overall picks in the same game, with Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark for Indiana, and Paige Becker's girlfriend, AZ Fudd, on the Wings, and they're all going at it today, and it's going to be awesome.
I'm hoping with Paige Becker's and her girlfriend, I'm hoping that they don't split up at all during their time on the team. You know how awkward that would be? It's kind of like didn't Megan Rapinoe and her gal just split up not too long ago?
They did, after years of being together.
I know. So hopefully they're together years and years and years, and they live happily ever after, because that would just not be good. Dating someone on your team and then you're not. You split up. It's crazy. It's crazy to even talk about that. And I hope that's not. I hope that is not the case for their team, because that would just make everything chaotic. And yeah, don't crap where you eat is, in my opinion.
Yeah. Fun fact for you: Josh Hines Allen's, I'm assuming, wife plays for the Indiana Fever also. So if anyone is a defensive Josh Allen fan, his wife is on Caitlin Clark's team.
Is she a beast in the paint?
Yeah, she's fine.
Are they all shooters in the WNBA? Or are they like, is there a person that's locked down that can get down and throw it up on there, but actually make the shot and not rebound it, then try to make it, then rebound it again, then try to make it, then rebound it again, like that one Angel Reese gal?
No, that's kind of how the WNBA works. Is it's very like 90s basketball. You either shoot or you dunk it. Well, they don't dunk it, but they make layups. Sometimes.
I mean, badass, they could lower the rims. Let's see some dunks. Like, no, I'm being serious when I say this. Let's lower the rims sometimes.
Give them like a 9-foot rim to play on.
Make it 10 foot.
What is it? Is it 12 foot?
I think it's 12, but I think they can dunk a 10-foot rim. I would like to think they can dunk a 10-foot rim.
The MVP Asia Wilson is kind of that just like down low post presence. She's won like 3 MVPs in the last 4 years or something. She's a beast. But yeah, then everyone else that's good is like a shooter. There's not very many people. I think Brianna Stewart might be one of the only couple people that can score at every level of the court. But no, everyone's pretty one-dimensional in the WNBA right now. I expect that to change as the sport evolves, but it's kind of fun to watch because it feels like very classic basketball. I think people in the chat that watch this show would appreciate how classic the basketball feels.
All right, well, I guess we'll have to tap in. If there's games going on between 6:40 tonight, there's no way I'm watching because the Cardinals played the Padres, so I'm going to be tapped on into that. But yeah, no. Any closing thoughts before we wrap this thing up, Ryan?
None for me. Keep it classy, San Diego.
Keep it classy. All right, yep. Keep it classy, all you people who tap into Saturdays with Kramer and Ryan. We do appreciate you all for joining in and chiming in throughout the show. We will be back next week. Yes, we will. We will be back, and it'll be the exact same crazy format. And I hope we get another Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini update because we need that to keep this thing rolling. And yeah, for sure. But that'll do it for this edition. Put a smile on your face. You don't know who you see to brighten up their day. Have a good one.